This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz. Very excited to be speaking with Annie Weisman about Based on a True Story. How are you, Annie?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
Good, good. We spoke a couple years ago about season two of a different show, Physical, and
Yes.
it's nice to be able to, now that that show is in the past and you're taking over the reins here, it's nice to be able to talk about another show where I feel like we see all the characters' faces up here, as much as we
Yeah.
possibly can. Your
That's
specialty.
very true. That's very true. I like to really get in there close.
Can you talk about the overall vision for this season?
Sure. You know, coming on board of a show was a new experience for me, coming on board season two and taking over. So I was able to kind of approach it as a fan of the, really daring tone of the show that was really appealing to me. You know, mixing genres, pushing boundaries, um, dark comedy in a sunny location. Those are all kind of sweet spots for me. But then for season two, what we were able to do was create a new kind of forward moving mystery story. So it was appealing to kind of continue the tone of the show and then give it an engine for season two where there's a new killer, there's a new twisty turny mystery to solve, and then, these great characters that were already established to kind of take a crack at it.
Do you have rules for like who can die, who has to live, what's too brutal, what's too funny, etc.?
Um, Well, everybody that we love has to live, so that we get to continue to write for them. No, we just really go with our gut in terms of what feels like it goes just far enough, but not too far. And then we're just lucky to be on the Peacock platform. We never really heard no. We got to keep pushing boundaries just like they did in season one. So it was really just we weren't working with a lot of limits in terms of who we could or couldn't kill and what we could or couldn't say.
I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but I'm definitely ready for season three. Is that something you've already mapped out? And is there, beyond that, or is there an end in sight where you will, in fact, potentially kill some of our fan favorites?
Well, I can say that we have a really satisfying uh, end to season two. It was important to me that fans feel like they got somewhere, they got some satisfaction in terms of what we kick off at the beginning of the season. But it was too enticing not to kind of tease a new cliffhanger for potential season three. So that's something we very much want the chance to do.
For people who haven't experienced the show yet, what would be the big hook you would say, especially now that you're in charge for them to come and check this one out?
Yeah, it's sort of like all the murder and mayhem of last season, but also with parenting a newborn. So the stakes are kind of naturally raised now that there's a baby in the mix. And I think it's even, you know, we're playing with just all the elements that we were playing with in season one, but we're ramping everything up a significant amount too.
I'm also impressed with how much dialogue there is. These episodes are like half an hour, but I feel like there's three times as much. The West Wing is the only real comparable, like how fast they get everything out. Is there a lot of
Yeah,
improv, or the scripts are pretty much set ahead of time?
they're pretty set, but I will say that both, Kaylee and Chris are incredible um, comedians with great energy together. And so they do riff a lot. And they're both so kind of like skilled at that kind of high wire act of, you know, of of comedy. And so when you give them a page of dialogue and they just rip through it together. So they kind of set that really they set that pace, and we just kind of hold on for dear life.
It's a very bingeable show, but is that how you would recommend people watching this show, or is it better to try to just take it a little bit at a time?
Well, I think it's definitely designed to be binged if you like have some. downtime over the holiday season, and you want to sort of take it all in. But it's also, if you can stand it and have the delayed gratification of spreading it out, it works that way too.
Definitely the right Thanksgiving mood setter for going home to your family and making sure you want to get along with and not kill everyone around you.
Yeah, this gives you a little outlet for some of those darker feelings that can come up in those family settings. So it's a safe space for anybody who has murderous impulses around the holidays.
I like that. Well, thank you so much, Annie. Best of luck with season 3 and beyond.
Thank you so much.